everybody, this is Rose of Sharon, and I'm back again with another movie review. I just recently watched The Tiger and the Snow, which is directed by none other than one of my favorite producers, Roberto Benigni. Of course, we all know him from Life is Beautiful, which earned him quite a few Oscars and awards, which were aptly deserved. It's probably one of my favorite World War II films amongst my vast list of World War II films that I love. But this one is so poetic and so beautiful, and everything about it is just incredible. And the main feature of it is love in the face of adversity and what true love looks like. And I desire a love like this so badly. And I know it sounds really schmaltzy and silly, but Atio, the main character, played by Benigni himself, he is a man who is a teacher and he's a poet. And he is a man who has been having the same dream every night. And it's just really a beautiful story, a love story. And it's fraught with danger as well, because there's a bit of a reason why it's called The Tiger in the Snow, because there's a line in it that just encapsulates that so beautifully and sublimely. There are a lot of moments in it that will make you laugh out loud just because of the timing. His comedic expression, his just elasticity, just the way that he uses expression, even without any words, just motion in and of itself. Like Steve Martin in Out of Towners, every comedian has this. They do it in such a way that just it's really striking to see it, and it's talent. It really is. I admire that because I wanted to become a comic myself, but I don't have the confidence to go on stage. I don't have the chops to shoot down any heckler that might tease me due to the way I dress or the way I speak. And I also hate giving speeches. I hate being in front of a large group of people. So the stand-up comedy just really isn't my bag. So moving forward, it just is something I've always wanted to do and never did. I entertain in my own way, but not in that fashion. It's just I do comedy in another way, but not in front of a lot of people. I do like making people laugh, though. It just feels great. I love to make people laugh. It gives me such pleasure, and I adore it. There's nothing else that, other than just singing for people, there's nothing else that I know of in this whole universe that gives me more joy. But suffice it to say, Benigni is a genius here. His descriptions and his poetry are just, they're breathtaking. And I thought, if a man would speak that way to me, my knees would buckle and I would swoon. I would be in trouble. So, yeah. For anybody who wants to know the ways of the woman's heart, yeah, this is a great little primer. But of course, there's scenes in Baghdad. I'm not going to explain why. That's a small spoiler. But if you want to see the film, it's a movie that takes place in 2005, 2006. And of course, the conflict over, I think it's Saudi Arabia, maybe Iran, maybe Iraq, I can't remember where, Baghdad. So it's Baghdad, and there's a conflict, and of course, we still have the conflict in Afghanistan, so that's ongoing. It's like it never ended, sadly, but It's really a beautiful film, and it smacks of the true nature of romance in and of itself, the essence of it, and what it really comes down to, the devotion, the care he has, the his altruism. It's just every virtue embodied in one man. His faith as well, and just him praying to Allah. I love that part. It's just so sweet and so thoughtful, and just it expresses just his his heart, just how open he is, and how experimental he's trying experimental things, but I'm not gonna say why. But in the duration of the film, he meets Faroud and or Farhad. He meets Farhad, and Farhad is a man from Baghdad who happens to be a poet, and they make an acquaintance. Actually, they become really good friends, and he meets the woman of his the woman of his dreams, quite literally. I mean, he has the same, like I said, he has the same dream every night of this woman he doesn't even know. And of course she just says, kiss me now, if you truly mean what you say you do. And she's always spouting just these absolutely unbelievable, just lyrical things to him, and he's fawning and swooning over them. I think, if only, but it's just a really lovely movie, and there are moments within it that are very stark into contrast with the flowery language in Italian, which is beautiful, granted, but it's a nice dichotomy. I love the movie. I thought it was just absolutely wonderful. And of course, hearing the call, the worship from the minaret gave me flashbacks of me talking to Lord knows how many friends I have in Egypt, or acquaintances, I should say. I haven't met my acquaintances from Egypt or Turkey, etc. yet. But that call just, I don't know, there's something about that call, even as a Christian, that just, it makes me happy, just because I know we're all sons of Abraham, sons and daughters of Abraham. We need to remember this. What else can I say about the movie? 2 thumbs way up, 5 stars hands down. There's no contesting this. This movie's a gem. It's lesser known. It's one of what I consider Bonini's hidden masterpieces, and I still think it holds up really well. I mean, it's a cautionary tale, not really cautionary tale, but more of a predictive film that what we have now is what the result of the conflict actually incurred. Sad to say, but that's what happens. And this movie actually knew long before, Saddam ever fell. And this was in the time where I think Saddam was still in power. Of course, you know how that ended, but it's interesting it's really a case study in aspect, just because of that, and it's a curiosity in and of itself, and very intriguing. It's fascinating to watch, and just is absolutely marvelous. And just listening to the Italian language, I love Italian. I think it's, other than French and just your pure Spanish, is so romantic. I love hearing those languages spoken, and I adore it. So that's all I gotta say about The Tiger in the Snow. So until next time, live long and prosper. Ciao tutti.